Hello, and welcome to an epic story about my great-great-grandfather, Antone Costa. He is my grandmother's grandfather on my mom's side. This is a story about a young teen boy who risked it all to stow away on a ship headed to America. This is a true story about how my ancestor came to America, and it's written and recorded in my family's history book that's been passed down. I want to give a special shout out to my aunt who's been studying our family's history recently, and she studied this book and shared this story with me. So, let's start off with a little background of Antone. Antone was born in 1889 and was about 14 during the time of this story, so that puts the year around 1903. Antone and his family were living on Santa Maria Island, which is part of the Azores Islands off the coast of Portugal. Santa Maria was one of the smallest islands in the Azores, so it was cut off from the rest of the world, and it was underdeveloped, which meant most of the people there were poor. The average life there was just full of farming and fishing, and there wasn't that many opportunities for people. This likely means many people on the island had dreams of going to America or some other place to create a new and fresh life for themselves. But most people wouldn't get this opportunity, unlike Antone, a young 14-year-old who wanted a new opportunity that America provided. Now, let's get into it. This story begins with Antone, who one day decided to risk it all on a gamble to make it to America. He decided to secretly jump onto a boat and stow away to America. Antone, who had most likely lived in poverty his whole life, wanted to go to America to get a fresh start and make a life there. He's hoping to make it to America without getting found out by anyone on the ship. Then, the boat stopped and he made it, or so he thought. To his surprise, the boat had suddenly stopped, but not in America the Beautiful. Sadly, it stopped in the Bermuda Islands. He was over halfway there to America, but the ship just had to stop in the islands. On the island, Antone somehow gets caught and they kick him off the ship and force him to stay on the island all alone and far from home, ruining his dream of getting to America. So, this is the end of the story, right? He fails to reach America? Well, false. Luckily, for him, he finds a kind enough onion farmer to take him in and provide him with shelter and an opportunity to work for him and even earn a small salary. After 3 hard years of working and being all by himself in a foreign land, he finally earns enough money to be able to purchase passage into the United States of America, all on his own. Finally, Antone had made it to America. He arrived in Boston in 1906. He then goes on to live in California, where he worked as part of a hay baling crew. He even gets married to his boss's daughter and ends up having 10 kids. One of the kids will be my grandmother's father. Him and his family end up making a pretty good life for themselves in America. They end up having some cattle, and they grow multiple crops, and they even own a peach ranch. Antone would later sell or lease these out to other people. Antone Costa then passed away in 1974 at the age of 85. It's crazy to think he lived through both World Wars and the Great Depression. This story really encaptures the American dream. Antone went from a young, poor boy who couldn't even afford a ticket to America. He struggled through the hard times to be able to succeed in life. He worked hard and built a new life and family in America. This shows that no matter where you came from, if you work hard and are determined, you can succeed. Well, that's my story. Thanks for listening, and that's all, folks.